A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. I would like to welcome everyone to our 54th episode of the Strata Talk Show, brought to you by the Excel Academy of Real Estate. To our new viewers, in this talk show, we usually discuss issues and cases related to the management of stratified developments with various industry professionals. Although today's session is an exception, as we have a preview on a subtopic of our upcoming Strata Conference, Revitalizing Strata Communities. With that, I would like to invite all of you to attend our upcoming Strata Conference, Revitalizing Strata Communities, on the 27th of July at Amada Hotel, Petaling Jaya. So joining us for today is Surveyor Shahril Bin Omar, who is a director at the Department of Commissioner of Buildings, COB, Kajang Municipal Council, to go through the content of his talk in the upcoming Strata Conference, Revitalizing Strata Communities, titled What Role Does COB Play in Enhancing the Quality of Strata Living Within a Strata Scheme? If you have any question for Surveyor Shahril, feel free to leave the question in the Facebook comment section below, which will be addressed in the Q&A section at the end of our show later. So without further ado, join me in welcoming Surveyor Shahril.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all viewers in all kind of social media today, Facebook Live and what's ni lah. Okay, so I'm honoured to be invited again for Excel Strata, and as what mentioned by Saudari Ashikin just now, that my topic today is a purview or preview of what the topic that is being set for the Strata Conference in 2023 in July, happening at Hotel Amada lah. Okay, so basically the topic for today and that will be further discussed in the Strata Conference in July is the role of COB in enhancing the quality of strata living lah. Alright, so for today I will discuss and I would like to enhance on the role of the COB lah. Okay, so today is just, I think it's just a short and simple and brief kind of lecture. So I might not be so my talk for today might be short and simple lah. Okay, so basically the content of my topic would cover on the responsibility of Commissioner of Building in Strata Scheme. Okay, we also look on the importance of enforcing building and safety regulation in Strata Scheme. Okay, and we will also explore on the how COB resolving any dispute of the strata residents in the Strata Scheme lah. Okay, and we will also go on the role of the Commissioner of Building or COB in ensuring maintenance and upkeep of the common area in the Strata Scheme, and benefit of having a COB. Okay, having a COB in a Strata Scheme for both strata residents and tenants, or strata residents lah. Okay, and the challenges faced by the COB in achieving satisfactory of strata living quality. Okay, so of course our topic today would mainly focus on the point of view of the COB in the strata management. Okay, so I think it's a very good topic to be explored in further of the Strata Conference, and I think we can have some light for I think all the viewers can have some tips and some concerns lah about the functions and also responsibility of COB. Okay, what is it? Okay, so responsibility of the Commissioner of Building in a Strata Scheme basically in such way is appointed the COB itself is appointed based on the Strata Management Act 757, where there is a provision under Section 4. And of course, usually people in the strata, sorry, in the COB is basically officers that have various of background, mainly on the uh, property management, real estate. We have also accountants. We have also some COBs have engineers. We also have a lot of kind of background that serves in this commission of building unit. Okay. I This will be further discussed in the Strata Conference in July. Okay, and also the main function of the COB is to ensure that JMBMC accordance with the provision of the law. May because I think as far as we have known that usually strata management is in Malaysia is guided by the Strata Management Act, Akta Perumusan Strata 2013, or or Act 757. So based on our appointment on the section 4, that is our duly responsibility to ensure that all of the strata players, which is of, like I mentioned in my talk before, the strata players consists of the developers, okay, the joint management body, the management corporation, the managing agent, okay, as well as owners. Therefore, the role of COB is basically is to ensure that all the strata players is according with the provision of the law, okay, which is the Act 757 lah. Alright. So that is just the purview of this subtopic lah, which is we would see on the responsibilities of the Commissioner of Building. And also we, as the COB, as a COB, we also basically to enforce the provision of the Strata Management Act 757, where we would the action taken is based on all the kesalahan, or basically the penalties that have been stipulated in the act. Okay, that is basically the main responsibilities. Okay, I would go further on the functions, okay, the responsibilities, and will be deliberately detailed in the strata management strata conference that will be in July lah. Okay. Alright. So for our next subtopic is on the important. We will also explore on the importance of enforcing the building and safety regulation in strata scheme. Okay. We will see basically the responsibility of the strata key players. Okay. So basically, when we talk about the Strata Management Act, it also apa list all of the responsibilities based on uh, the 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 body lah, which is maybe we have the responsibilities of the developers, we have the responsibilities of the joint management body, we have the responsibilities of the managing agent in regarding of the enforcing of the strata of building management and maintenance. Okay, so if we talk about the building and safety regulation in strata scheme, basically we would refer to the maintenance and management of the strata scheme itself. Okay, so we also will explore on the related legal provision in building maintenance. We also would touch on the provision that has been stipulated in the act, the provision sections that have stated regarding the rules and guidelines that of the, and also we might see on the regulation that has been set by other rules or other provisions, like the uh, 133 Act, or the Road Building and Drainage Act, or Akta Parit Jalan dan Bangunan 133, and also we would see on the provision by the building bylaw. Okay, so basically it will have a relation in the building and maintenance regard on the safety regulation. Okay, so that is on the legal provision, and we will also go through on the renovation and extension of from the point of view of the local authority. We might see what is basically have to be done by the owners that want to do the renovations. We will see on the who basically give the approval. Either is it COB or is it our is it under the basically 100% of the JMB, and basically we would go on that lah. Okay. And also the enforcement of legal action that has been taken by the sorry legal actions. So basically we will see what is currently or the trend that has been set by the local authority in order to enforce the regulation or the provision that have been set of the regarding the illegal actions lah. Okay, so this where kita akan lihat lah on the illegal extensions. So what is the action and what is the procedure to be taken if this happen in the strata scheme. Okay. Alright. So the next subtopic basically is on the how commissioner can help resolve dispute between the strata residents. Okay. There are three types basically, and I would uh, explore this subtopic where in the future strata conference, where we would see on how we give the advisory services to the strata residents, to the JMB. Okay, and usually we would do the site visit to the strata scheme. Okay, and we would organize a mediation if needed. This is where we would see how usually this is how the commission can help lah. Okay, so this is just a preview on what the COB can be done. Then I would explain further in the Strata Conference 2023 in July. Okay, so this is on the third subtopic. Okay, the role of the commissioner building in ensuring the maintenance and upkeep of the common areas. Okay, usually there are certain procedures that must be taken by the COB. The first thing is we have to monitor the JMBMC management to ensure that the management is being kept active lah. Okay, we will ensure on the AGMs, either there are either the JMBMC has comply all the guidelines that has been set by the act, and we would ensure that the JMBMC always follow what has been set by the act, like organizing the AGMs and ensure that they audited their accounts, their management account. Okay, that is the first thing. While if there is a situation where uh, there is inactive management, where the management has been inactive or not active, or basically there is no management managing the strata scheme, we would see two possibilities where we would appoint any person, regardless that either he or she is a owner or third party like managing agent and so on, to do the EGM, or we would appoint the managing agent. Okay, so on how we did, how or basically how this action how we are going to appoint, how to manage agent, we would see on the procedures lah. Okay, there are certain procedures under this where EGM is under the second schedule, where the managing agent under the section 86. Okay, so basically we would see the procedure. Okay, apa yang kita kena buat, apa yang ni we would further discuss this in the Strata Conference. Okay. And then the benefits of having an effective communal buildings in strata scheme for both owners and tenants. Okay, so basically this is just simple, or basically just something that we basically come out. Okay, to ensure that we can be effective. Okay, first thing we need is the understanding from all parties regarding the responsibilities and limitation from COB. Okay, then we also need the cooperation by the JMBMC. Okay, in regulating and enforcing the provisions and the rule in the Act 757. Okay, and we to ensure that COB can be effective, also we need all parties to fully understand the provision of the Act. Okay, so this is something that people have all people have to understand lah. Okay, because basically strata management is dijalankan, okay, dijalankan oleh akta. So basically we need the understanding, and the people need to understand first the provision rather than expect COB to just act basically of what they want or what they need. Okay, basically they have to understand the provision first. Okay, and also we would see on the due diligence and good governance of the strata management. Okay, so this is where if there is the strata management can act properly, can understand the act, and can have a good governance based of the provision of the act. So basically this can ensure the effective of the COB, where we basically we have the 100% cooperation and commitment from all parties in ensuring that the strata management act has been followed uh, followed by all parties, by all owners and all parties related to the strata management. Okay, and then the challenges faced by the COB in achieving satisfactory level of strata living. Basically, the challenges that we are faced are basically on the limitation of sources and power to act on and enforce. Okay, this is I think very common for all COBs in Malaysia. Okay, because basically the act basically give 100% power on the strata management and maintenance to the owners, which is the JMB, the Joint Management Body, which are usually based on currently are the owners of the strata scheme, as well as the management corporation. Okay, so basically we don't have the COB doesn't have the the power or the attorney power to act or to enforce any house rule or any enforcement. Okay, basically if we would do the enforcement, basically must be governed by the JMMC. Okay, this is something that I would explain further in the Strata Conference. Okay, and then lack of commitments and understanding of the act, provincial act from the JMMC. Okay, there are still JMMC that still doesn't fully understand, doesn't fully commit on the provision of the Strata Management Act. So basically, this is challenges for the COB where we cannot, where there is an issue, we cannot simply try to solve it if the JMBMC doesn't have the fully understanding and the commitment to solve the issue. Okay, this is because that basically most of the COB, main or our main apa tu kita punya uh, our core business is basically based on the complaints, the aduan by the public. So basically when there is and basically the aduan or the complaints must be solved by the JBMC. Okay, so that's why we only can act as a mediator. Okay, but the settlement or the problem solving must be committed by the JMBMC, especially on issues like interflow leaking. Okay, issues like audited account, issues like mismanagement and so on is must be settled by the owners and the JMBMC. Okay, so basically in ensuring the satisfactory level of the strata living, we need commitment, 100% commitment by all parties, especially the owners, the JMC and also the developer. Okay, if we can have understanding of all parties in solving any issues, I think that is very something that COB can achieve. COB can be efficient, and COB will have a satisfaction on if we can solve this with all understanding all and we can come to a win-win situation lah. Okay. And lastly, the public perception and attitude on problem settlements. Okay, this is because basically when we receive a complaint by the public, okay, basically public want it, or public, they expect the settlement of the issues are based on what they want to settle, not based on what the act says, or basically what is uh, what the act and what is the right way to solve. Okay, so we have a lot of, basically in Kajang itself, we have a lot of complaints that we can't basically solve based on the COB power itself. Okay, so to make people understand that usually this cannot be settled by the COB is very hard, this kind of days where we would receive some sort like threat. Okay, we would receive some attack, or kita, or let's say in Malaysia we say we would be uh, dimarahi lah. Okay, people would be angry lah when we cannot simply settle certain issues. Okay, so but public must be understand that our limitation, based like I said on the first one, limitation of sources and power is very there should be, so we have very limited sources and power to act. Okay, so this is something that I think the government also must have to have a look on this. Okay, because strata management, if we see now in Malaysia, the strata development is increasing in Kuala Lumpur, in the Crown Valley itself is increasing. We have the scarcity of land to build landed properties, so basically the development is more onto the strata development. Even we go for, if we see the landed development, nowadays they are more on the strata development, because the gated and guarded is also must be obliged under the strata title act. Okay, so I think this is a way of we have a way forward for the strata management, and a way forward of the development in Malaysia. So that's why the public perception must be something that I think we have to, people must understand that when we live in a strata community, there are also rule, regulation, and also something that we something new. Maybe it's something new for certain people lah. Okay, but we have to ensure that to ensure the harmonious community living, we have to have we have to something that in Malaysia, we in Malay words we have say berkorban, or we have to sacrifice something in ensuring harmonious living to be reached in the strata living. Okay, that is why actually the challenges is ada lagi banyak lah challenges that we are facing by the COB, but I think we have a very limited time to ensure. And I was asked by the Excel Academy to just give a preview on the subtopic that is going to be presented in the Strata Conference. Okay, so this is all the challenges. Okay, I just listed 3 here. So of course we would see more of the challenges in July lah. Okay, so conclusion, basically COB is fully committed in serving the strata communities, but requires cooperation from all parties to understand the constraint and limitation of COB, which is limited to the legal provision. Okay, this is stated in the challenges. And most importantly, we need the 100% commitment from all desired JMBMC developers, strata owners to ensure that the management and maintenance of strata can be successfully completed to form a harmonious community life. And the strata community needs to try to eradicate selfishness and always be positive so to not cause any problems in management and maintenance to the strata scheme, while also being able to maintain life of the building and increase its values. Okay, so that is where I think the COB responsibilities is to ensure that the strata management is being done properly lah, in ensure that the building would not lose would have a extended life cycle, and also would increase the property value. Okay, of course people, the main reason people buy a house or a property is to ensure it's the value is being maintained, or in and can act as an investment lah. Okay, so of course to ensure that the value is being maintained, we have to ensure that the maintenance and management of the building is being carried properly, and must be done in perfectly lah. Okay, uh, of course we have to ensure that our building is in we have to optimize the apa the functions of the building, in ensure that the building can be we can basically use the building to a certain kind of life cycle lah. Okay, so that is the conclusion. I think that is all on the preview of the title on the what role does it play in enhancing the quality of strata living within the strata scheme. Okay, so that's all. I get back. Uh, uh, I pass it back to Miss Ashikin lah for further questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Surveyor Shahril. We have now reached the Q&A segment, where Surveyor Shahril will hopefully clarify your questions. So, okay, we go to our first question from Nizadi. Berapa lamakah tempoh yang akan diambil oleh pihak COB dalam menguruskan aduan yang diterima?
Okay, untuk pengurusan aduan ataupun tempoh yang diambil, the period that is taken by the COB to manage or to settle complaint, dia basically dia bergantung kepada PBT itu sendiri. Basically on the general, we would take at least 3 to 7 days lah. Okay, if but it depends on the complaint made, where kat mana aduan tu dibuat lah, because we have various of orang kata ada saluran tu pelbagai. We have various channels of the complaints, where in Selangor we have the system pengurusan aduan SISPA, which is monitored by the state of Selangor, where this if the aduan datang daripada this SISPA, kita kena mengambil masa 3 days to settle. But basically macam I mention just now, setiap aduan adalah basically perlu diselesaikan oleh pihak JMB. So di pihak COB ni kita akan memanjangkan we would forward the complaints to the JMBMC for the further actions lah, untuk tindakan selanjutnya. Dan dia bergantung, dan dekat sini selalunya kita akan bukan kata kita anggap diselesai, cuma kita akan maklumkan bahawa aduan akan dipanjangkan kepada pihak JMBMC untuk selesai, because basically aduan-aduan yang kita terima basically adalah kadang-kadang berkaitan dengan pengurusan dan penyelenggaraan JMBMC itu sendiri. So kita memerlukan maklum balas dahulu daripada pihak JMBMC. So dia I can say that dalam untuk COB untuk diambil pihak ni, dia very subjektif. Tetapi kalau sekiranya diterima oleh pihak COB, kita ambil masa 3 hingga 7 hari untuk kita memanjangkan kepada pihak JMC. Itu yang saya boleh mention lah. Tapi selesai tu very subjektif, sebab kadang-kadang bila kita dah anggap dia selesai, di ada parti akan kata oh tak selesai lagi. So dia akan panjang lah. Selalunya aduan ni juga penyelesaian dia if let's say kita nak settlekan dia dalam 100%, dia bergantung, dia very subjektif, because ada setengah pihak akan terima, ada setengah pihak tak puas hati. Okay, so that's why kita akan advise, kita akan buat mediation lah. Dalam keadaan ini kita akan go for mediation macam saya katakan tadi. Kita akan consult, kita akan bagi advice dan kita akan mediate, dan at last sekali kalau tak boleh selesai, then go for tribunal or any legal punya channel lah. Itu saja.
Okay, faham. So next question kita dapat daripada Nazliana Nazaruddin. Bolehkah sekiranya ahli jawatan kuasa Persatuan Penduduk ditukar menjadi ahli jawatan kuasa pengurusan?
Okay. Alright. So menjawab soalan ni, bolehkah sekiranya ahli jawatan kuasa? Boleh, selagi mana ahli Persatuan Penduduk adalah merupakan pemilik ataupun pemunya petak. Okay, dia the owners or the past owner lah. Okay, kenapa? Because dalam akta tidak melarang mana-mana pihak untuk menjadi menjadi ahli jawatan kuasa sekiranya mereka adalah pemilik yang sah. Okay, dan perlu ikut kepada prosedur dalam Akta Pengurusan Hartanah, which is kena masuk AGM, okay, which is kena macam perlu diundilah untuk dia menjadi ahli jawatan kuasa. Cuma yang tidak boleh tu, kalau sekiranya ahli jawatan kuasa tadi dia bukan seorang pemilik, itu saja. Okay, tetapi saya juga ada mendengar lah, okay, di mana ahli jawatan kuasa tu membuat satu ketetapan dalam AGM mengatakan hanya AJK Persatuan Penduduk boleh menjadi ahli jawatan kuasa. So benda ini very memang di dalam akta tidak melarang, tetapi boleh di-challenge sebab dia tak boleh semua dia Persatuan Penduduk dan juga pengurusan Joint Management Body atau Management Corporation adalah two different entity yang berbeza dan tidak boleh di-combine menjadi satu entity. So meaning kalau Persatuan Penduduk ni lebih kepada social punya aktiviti untuk skim strata tersebut, fine, tak ada masalah. Tapi orang yang sama nak jadi JK pun tak ada masalah, tetapi perlu ikut kepada kelayakan dan juga syarat-syarat yang telah dinyatakan dalam jadual kedua, the second schedule of the Strata Management Act. Itu yang boleh saya komen lah. Okay, alright.
So jawapan dia adalah boleh, asalkan mengikut piawaian yang ditetapkan lah, syarat dia lah.
Mengikut all the guidelines lah, all the procedure and guidelines in the Strata Management Act. Okay.
Alright, okay. So saya rasa itu sahaja soalan kita untuk hari ini. So we have now reached the end of this talk show. With that, I would like to invite all of you to attend our upcoming Strata Conference, Revitalizing Strata Communities, on the 27th of July at Amada Hotel, Petaling Jaya. If you are interested, please contact any one of our sales rep, or you can scan the QR code display for registration. Once again, I would like to thank Surveyor Shahril for his sharing and the participants for tuning in today. Thank you, Tuan.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.